Guys, what's going on? My name is Louis. Today is November 8th, 2024, and God bless to every single one of you. Guys, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell. We have an urgent breaking news coming out. And guys, this one here is very, very concerning. I feel like Joe is planning possibly WW3 before January. And the reason why, well, let me show you this really quick. B52s deploying to Europe. All right, so that's huge. All right, that's huge. And it says here, look at this one, nearly 15% of Air Force B-52 bombers deployed. At the same time, the US to send military contractors to Crane. All this is happening right now. They're not wasting any time. These are the signs that we need to look out for when it comes to nation against nation. I feel like the big one is gonna come. Excuse me, the big one's gonna come. So you have Joe. He's working on giving Zelensky, the leader of Crane, $9 billion. At the same time, he's sending U.S. Military contractor and deploying a lot of B-52 bombers. Everything's happening really, really fast. Alright, so we're going to see what's going on here, guys. Now, before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters, a prayer request, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. It says here the U.S. Air Force B-52s are headed to Europe for a bomber task force rotation. The deployment is separate from the 6 B-52s that deployed to the Mid-East this weekend to deter Persia and its proxy. All right. I just don't see this being like an exercise. Especially, he's moving a lot of stuff. When I say he, I'm talking about the leader. He's moving everything really, really quick. He's not wasting time. He has, what, like 60 days left. Nearly 15% of Air Force B-52 bombers deployed. 10 B-52 Stratofortress are currently deployed across Europe and the Mid-East, representing nearly 15% of the entire U.S. Air Force fleet, an even larger chunk of combat-ready B-52s available. Sleeping Giant Air Forces in Europe announced November 8th that 4 B-52s have deployed to Fairford, UK for a bomber task force. Air and Space Forces magazine previously reported that B-52s were deploying to Europe, but the Air Force had not disclosed the total number or their operating location. Boom. That's a big bird. That's a WW3 bird right there. Wow. Come on, guys, it's common sense. A whole bunch of these birds are going to Europe and the Mid-East. %15 of these B-52s are out there. You don't need that much B-52s out there just for task force or training and stuff like that. I'm going to use this as a thumbnail. That's a bad bird right there. All right, so these birds are very powerful ones. That deployment comes on top of 6 B-52s that landed in the Mid-East a few weeks ago. to deter Persia and its proxy in the region. The USAF regularly sends bombers around the globe for task force deployment, and it is not unprecedented for bomber deployments to overlap. But the sheer number of B-52s currently deployed overseas marks a high sense the Air Force implemented bomber task forces several years ago. The Air Force has 76 B-52s in its inventory, so 10 deployed equals 13.2% of the fleet. But of those 76, there are several constantly being circled through depot maintenance, and several more are dedicated to testing weapons and upgrades like the bombers, new engines, and radar. On top of that, the fleet had a mission capable rate of 54% in 2023, which measures the percentage of time an aircraft is able to perform at least one of its core mission. Now, guys, just please pay attention to all this. Don't fall asleep on it. But again, they did fire a ICBM on November the 5th or the 6th. That was when Donald declared victory. So they did fire a Minuteman 3. They're sending B-52s. They're sending $9 billion. They're sending U.S. military contractor to Ukraine. These are the signs people need to look out for. It's not over yet for Joe. So just keep your eyes open. There's a possibility they might not be WW3, but again, these people, they don't want to lose their spotlight. They don't want to lose their spotlights. And knowing that the entire chamber is now the right side. Taken together, and the 10 B-52 currently deployed could represent upwards of a quarter of the combat-ready fleet. The bombers that went to Europe kicked off their deployment by flying alongside Finnish F-18 Hornets and Swedish Jas 39 Gripens, a noteworthy integration with NATO's two new allies in the Arctic region. This bomber task force mission exemplifies our unwavering commitment to our European allies and partners. Together we build stronger, more strategic relationship that reinforce security and stability across the region, General James, commander of USAFE, said in a statement. Are they preparing for something big here, guys? That's the question. Are they preparing for something big? Especially this one here. Like I said, check out this video. The link will be in the comments box. Guys, I want to play a video. I want to play this video. Something different about Joe. And it's just amazing that he's giving this speech. And he sounds like he's like, what? 50 years old. Give me a second. He sounds like, you know, again, healthy and all that type of stuff. You know how Joe stutters a lot and all that. But give me a second here. Let me just play this video. Now, I'm not going to show the video, but I'm going to play the audio, right? So this is the video right here. Alright, so this is when he's giving the updates about meeting Donald and to talk about the smooth transition of power. Alright, so I want to play this audio really quick. Just listen to him. And yeah, like I said, he's not stuttering. He's not messing up anything. It seems like he's really happy too. He's really happy about the result between Donald and the VP. Give me a second here.
It's good to see you all. Particularly good to see my granddaughter sitting in the front row here. Hi, Finn. How are you, honey? For over 200 years, America has carried on the greatest experiment in self-government in the history of the world. And that's not hyperbole. That's a fact. We're the people. The people vote and choose their own leaders, and they do it peacefully. And we're in a democracy. The will of the people always prevails. Yesterday, I spoke with President-elect Trump to congratulate him on his victory. And I assured him that I would direct my entire administration to work with his team to ensure a peaceful and orderly transition. That's what the American people deserve. Yesterday, I also spoke with Vice President Harris. She's been a partner and a public servant. She ran an inspiring campaign, and everyone got to see something that I learned early on to respect so much, her character. She has a backbone like a ramrod. She has great character, true character. She gave her whole heart and effort, and she and her entire team should be proud of the campaign they ran. You know, the struggle for the soul of America, since our very founding, has always been an ongoing debate and still vital today. I know for some people, it's a time for victory, to state the obvious. For others, it's a time of loss. Campaigns are contests of competing visions. The country chooses one or the other. We accept the choice the country made. I've said many times, you can't love your country only when you win. You can't love your neighbor only when you agree. Something I hope we can do, no matter who you voted for, is see each other not as adversaries, but as fellow Americans. Bring down the temperature. I also hope we can lay to rest the question about the integrity of the American electoral system. It is honest, it is fair, and it is transparent. And it can be trusted, win or lose. I also hope we can restore the respect for all our election workers who busted their necks and took risks at the outset. We should thank them. Thank them for staffing voting sites, counting the votes, protecting the very integrity of the election. Many of them are volunteers who do it simply out of love for their country. And as they did their duty as citizens, I will do my duty as president. I'll fulfill my oath, and I will honor the Constitution. On January 20th, we'll have a peaceful transfer of power here in America. To all our incredible staff, supporters, cabinet members, all the people who've been hanging out with me for the last 40 years, God love you, as my mother would say. Thank you so much. You put so much into the past 4 years. I know it's a difficult time.
Okay, so I'm going to share that video on my Twitter page. When you click on my Twitter link, you have to keep scrolling down and you're going to find the video. But if you watch that video and you listen to him, it's, you know, again, you ask yourself, why all of a sudden you sound so normal, like a prime time Biden, you know? I mean, but these last couple of years, we all seen, you know, Joe and the way he speak, and sometimes he say certain things, and people make fun of him and all these crazy memes. But that one there, it seems like he's just being himself. He's just healthy and looks good. He looks good. And he has this, you know, happy smile and everything. And, you know, I just feel like there's a possibility maybe they were just acting that he's cuckoo. But in reality, he just made the sleeping giant look like fools. Again, I feel like with all these deployments and so many things, and $9 billion is going to go to Crane, just keep your eyes open. Just keep your eyes open when it comes to Joe. Just pay attention, pay very close attention. I feel like, you know, something big could come, you know, before he leaves the spotlight. All right, so B52s are being deployed to Europe. B52s are already in the Mideast. US military contractor is in Crane, and in the last 2 days he did all this. There's going to be a lot more. I feel like something big is going to hit the fan, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Again, for those of you that want to give a light to Christ, excuse me, Christ, you can email me. My email is in the description box. Me and my wife are here to help many and to lead many to the righteous path. And that's the path of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. For those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife Jessica Santiago at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida 34691. Once again, guys, $1 a month Patreon. We get you access to our live stream every Monday. We talk about things that we cannot talk about on the platform. Also, I posted videos today. Those links will be in the comments box. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Put your faith and trust in Jesus Christ, for He's the only way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father but through Jesus. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.